Welcome in. Great to see you. Great to chat with you. If you are watching and want to say hi, please do. I will say hi back to you very shortly. I'm Stacey Hall. I'm one of the Digital Mentors coaches and a very proud community member for a number of years. And today I'm starting out with sorry, not sorry. And I've got good news and I've got bad news. And I'm going to give you the bad news first. That's why I'm sorry. As the topic of our session today says, the bad news is nobody gives a you-know-what about you. Nobody except yourself cares truly what's going on with you the way you do. No one cares about me the way I care about me. And for many, many years, I really thought that was a bad thing. Like, you didn't know me then. I was living kind of in a whole nother kind of world. But back then, I was mad always. I was always angry, always irritated, always resentful, always depressed, if you will, because of that fact. It felt like nobody could care less about me. And I thought that the world was supposed to work differently. Like I could look and say, well, they care about that person and they care about that person and they care about that person. And I could give you a running list of the fact that everyone cares about everyone else except me. Oh, poor me. Little violin. But I lived my life that way for years, and it was a miserable, miserable existence. I had a job at that time, and I did my job, and I got my paycheck, and I got a good paycheck. So it wasn't affecting me, so I thought, financially. But when I went out on my own, when I decided to start my own business 25 years ago, I gotta tell you, it did have an effect. Excuse me, I'm adjusting the light there. It had a big effect. I was constantly getting in my own way because I was irritated at the beginning that people just didn't care as much about the fact that I started my own business as I cared. Or they didn't care that I wanted to help them as much as I wanted to help them. They just didn't care. And I was complaining about this one day. And my friend at the time said, it seems like you think you're the center of the universe, Stacey. I'm like, no, I don't. In fact, this is exactly what I'm saying. I'm not the center of the universe. So other people feel like they are. How come I never get to be in the center? And my friend said, I think it might be time for you to do some soul searching to explore what all that means to you. And so I did. I went and found some personal transformation coaching, and I read books, and I started exploring why I felt the way I did. And went back to feeling gypped as a kid, that my sister always seemed to get more than I did, blah, yada, yada. So I decided to stop that. Like, okay, it is what it is. I can't go back and change it. Whether it was true or not doesn't matter. It's how I felt. Let's just leave that in the past. And if you know the kind of feelings that I'm talking about that I had, if you've ever experienced them, feel free to drop an X or share with me how that was for you, if you can relate to me. And maybe you can or maybe you can't, but this is my story. So I dropped that. But then I still had this belief that people were supposed to care about me as much as I care about them. Like, that's kind of how the world works, right? That's what's supposed to happen. Well, whether it's supposed to happen or not, expecting it constantly filled me with disappointment and then resentment. And then I wasn't anybody wanted to be around anyway. So it was like this self-fulfilling, prophecy, as they say. I just kept tripping myself up over and over and over again. So I did more work on myself. Not so much to start with on myself, but to try to figure out how to make the world work for me. And to be perfectly honest, that's why I was like, okay, what do I need to do to make the world work for me? And as I went through that, I discovered some truths about the universe, but mostly about me and where I was out of alignment, let's say, with the laws of the universe. I'm not trying to get too woo-woo here. I'm just going to say I was off. That's why I couldn't find my groove in the world. That's why I couldn't make my business work, because I wasn't in alignment with the energy, if you will, that goes in one direction. I was in alignment with energy that goes in the other direction. So the first thing I had to learn was that it is none of my business what other people think about me. It is absolutely none of my business what other people think about me. So think about that for a moment. Took me a long time to wrap my head around it, and then wrap my heart around it, but I completely live it now. And it is so freeing, because every person sees every other person through their own filter. You're not seeing me right now if you're watching. I know that. You're seeing how you interpret me through your own filter, through your past experiences, through how I seem to you, how I might remind you of somebody you knew before, and then all of a sudden I get colored with all of their personality attributes that you created for them. You do not really see me or hear me or feel me the way I feel I am from within myself. So it doesn't matter whether you like me or you don't like me. And you might say, but of course it does, because if people don't like us, why would they buy from us, right? No, like, trust. It isn't me they have to like. It's what I'm sharing with them they have to like. So we're going to get into this a little bit more in a moment. I just want to lay down some of these principles that I have found freed me out of my prison of thinking people had to like me in order for me to be able to be successful by serving them. And so getting upset if they didn't like me, and putting more and more attention on making myself likable. I'm never going to be likable to everybody, but my information can be likable to everybody who matches my audience. The information I share can be likable, appreciated, respected by everyone who is my ideal audience. And if that's a brain boom for you, give me the emoji sign. Okay. I saw a post the other day. I'm just going to say I don't remember who posted it, but it's absolutely true. It's like, it, I don't know, it could have been Dr. Bob Clark, one of our coaches here. So, Bob, if this was you, shout out. That said something about it's very, very difficult to get people to like us. It's very, very easy to get people mad at us. Something along those effects. Well, yeah. I was going to say, yeah. To me, that's the truth. If we're saying something to people who don't want to hear it, they will get mad. But I won't say they're going to get mad at me. I may take the brunt of their upsetness. I might be the person in front of them that they're responding to, but they're not responding to me. They're responding to their own set of beliefs and experiences. I had a situation yesterday. I wished somebody a happy birthday. This person said thank you and then sent me back a pitch, a complete pitch, and misspelled my name, which, if you know me at all, to me, misspelling someone's name, yes, I know about autocorrect, but we can stop and look and we can apologize if the message went out and say, hey, I just noticed autocorrect sent the misspelling of your name. I know it is X. Like, there's ways that we can let people know I care about you. And we're going to get into that in a moment. And anyways, I wished her a happy birthday instead of saying thank you or that's so sweet of you or ignoring it. I get back a pitch. Now, you could say that she did it because it was her birthday, whatever. That's her choice. But I let her know that I was surprised that she sent that back because I hadn't asked for the information. It was the full-on pitch with, with the link and come here and let me know if you want more information. And I just said, that's not my way to do it. I teach to do X and X. Okay. She kept trying to tell me why it was okay for her to do that. She has every right to. And I have every right to not care why she did that. Because she was clearly letting me know she didn't care what I thought, which only means I'm not her ideal audience. If she wants to put information out like that, there will be people who will like to receive it. Not me. I'm not her ideal audience. I don't have any feelings about her as a human being. I did not like her information. If this is making sense, drop an X. So the sooner that we get that, it doesn't matter who we are. We are not paid by how likable we are. We're paid by how much we show other people how much we care about them. We get paid by showing other people how much we care about them. If you want to be paid, that's the principle. It doesn't matter whether they like us. It doesn't matter if they care about us. What is important is that we are preparing content and messaging that they care about, that they want to engage with, right? That is important to them. That's where the caring part comes in. And when we do that, all of a sudden they start caring about us. When we show that what we have to offer is perfect for them, helps them, they'll let us know that. They'll come back and they'll respond and engage and let us know they liked it. And what they're saying is not, I like you, but I like what you shared. And then by association, they wind up liking us more. By association. So that is one whole piece of why the good news is that nobody cares about us. And here's the other. If you noticed, you may or may not have, I played with my necklace a little while ago. It was kind of bothering me, okay? I could have said, oh my God, I could have put all my attention on, oh my goodness, it's bothering me, but I should just leave it alone because what if they think about that it's weird that I did that with my necklace? And I'm in my head, or, oh, look, I don't really like the way my bangs are right now. Okay. And here I am on a video, and I'm actually engaging with myself instead of my topic, who I'm envisioning as my audience, what problems my audience might be having right now. If it's all about me and talking about me, who would care? No one. So why even put those thoughts into my head? I'm not going to put those thoughts in my head. It was my head, just like went ahead and moved it around. I didn't even think much about it. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm still in. Who am I talking to here? So my focus is that on this topic, there might be folks watching who don't write posts or don't go live or don't get on calls because they're afraid of what people might think about them or say to them because they've been hurt in the past by people. That's who I'm talking to here. And that's what I know. I keep my focus there. So let's talk about now, if we have been hurt in the past by people, how can we get over that? How can we allow the fact that they really just didn't care about us, or they wouldn't have hurt us in the first place, that they were engaging with themselves and we just happened to be in their orbit, if you will, in their environment? How do we get past that? Well, the simplest way I found is that I put people into categories. Not, I guess you could call it a judgment. It's not a prejudice, just categories, meaning, are they potential clients or customers or team members? Are they friends who are not potential? Are they family? Or are they simply acquaintances? That's like, where do people fit into my world? What categories are they in? Okay. So if I'm doing a podcast like I am, I'm not caring what my family says because they're not a potential client or they don't fit into the audience for this podcast. My friends as well, I mean, I may or may let them know about it, but I'm not thinking about them. And acquaintances, not really. I'm always focused on serving my ideal audience, and specifically folks who have already become customers or clients, collaborators, and potential prospective customers, team members, or clients. That's who I'm talking to. Now, again, I'm not concerned whether those people like me. I'm focused on whether I'm sharing content that they like. Okay, that's my focus. So going back to people who might have hurt me in the past or might have hurt you in the past, were you sharing content that audience wanted to hear? My family doesn't want to hear me talk about my business. Wish they did, but they don't. So why would I give them content about my business if they don't want to hear it? My friends sometimes are interested in my business, not all the time. They want us to talk about the things we have in common, or they want me to be concerned about what's going on in their life, and that's great. So we give and we take. That's with my friends. So I'm not going to share content with them that they don't want. Acquaintances, I don't know really what they want, so I'll probably ask questions, but I'm not going to offer a whole lot until I know more what they want. And see, a lot of folks, they share with everybody. For example, I'm getting ready to be in a summit with a whole group of wonderful experts. The summit's being organized by someone, and that organizer planned a call for all the summit presenters yesterday. She could barely get a word in edgewise because one of the summit presenters somehow decided to talk to everybody individually. And the summit organizer is a very peaceful, gentle kind of soul. And this other person just steamrolled over her, like complete lack of respect for timing, for the intention of the call. She's a lovely person. She just doesn't know how to respect the boundaries that were set yesterday. Okay. She was delivering more content than the rest of us wanted to hear. We were there to hear the summit organizer, not this other person. They had their 3 minutes, but their 3 minutes turned into everybody's 3 minutes. That's summit organizer's responsibility to cut that off, which she did originally. But I'm saying, if we're getting negative feedback from people, is it because we're sharing content that those people don't want to hear? Remember, they could care less about us. What they care about is what's the content that's being given to them. And if we are providing content that they have no interest in, they're going to be clear about that, or they're going to ghost us, or they're going to be negative in some way. So these principles, to recap, nobody cares about us as human beings. They only care about what information, content we offer to them. That's what they care about. You can take that to the bank all day long. Okay? What is it you're saying to them? How are you interacting with them? That's what they care about. And if you are giving them enough of what they want, they will in turn start caring about you as a person. That's when trust is built. And we must be trustworthy in consistently delivering messages that are of interest to them, consistently showing up as we say we're going to show up. That's how we become trustworthy. And once we become trustworthy, then they start caring about us. So I'm going to now check in and see what you all have been saying about this. And there we go. Lots and lots of comments. Let's see how far back they go. All right. Hello, Bianca. Hello, Mr. Fun. Hello, Kathleen, Kim, Wendy, Mark, Smith, Dee Dee, Robert. Hey, John says, you live to full your potential now. Do not apologize no longer. Do not sweat the small stuff. Yep, these are all wonderful principles. Dee Dee, yeah, I thought so too and expected it. Then I started to see differently. In what way, Dee Dee? I'd love to know. Did you start to see things differently? I'd love to know. Okay, John, chain break. It's not your fault. You're free to be you. Break rear view mirror off, throw it out the window, run to your new life. Yes, absolutely. Mark got a boom. Yeah, Mark, you got that boom. Fabulous. Okay, Dee Dee says, uh-huh. Oh, John, I appreciate you. I appreciate you too. I'm glad that the content that I'm sharing with you is content you want to receive. I know that you're enjoying the content. Hopefully, I'm showing up trustworthy every Tuesday, and maybe you're starting to like me a little bit. So I like you too. Hey, Brian. Oh, thanks so much. I really appreciate that, Brian. Okay. Always chat marks. I know. I think I've created some PTSD around people checking my name. I'm so glad because scientists, it's not Stacey's rule. Scientists have proven, neuroscientists and psychologists have proven the sound of someone's name or the spelling of someone's name correctly is an immediate acknowledgement that I see you. I see you. Okay, that's why I make such a big deal about it. It is the fastest way to start building trust. And how we communicate someone's name is content. Please remember that. When you say or spell my name, you're giving me content I want to receive. If that was a brain boom, let me know. Yeah, Dee Dee, I bet. People say, oh, I don't care. Yes, they do. Unless somehow they were raised not to care about themselves at all, they care. Okay? Hey, Anthony. So glad you're here. Lots of X's. Okay. Kathleen. Oh, Dee Dee, check your camera, hon. You might have gotten some schmutz on your camera. Kathleen, okay, can hear. Okay. Interesting. Kathleen says, interesting perspective. Okay. Mic dropping over here nonstop. Oh, good. Good. I'd love to know why. John, the service I provide is always greater than the compensation I receive from Tom Hopkins. Yes. Women keep messing with their hair every 30 seconds. It's super distracting. You mean like this, Dee Dee? Is this what you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Anthony, I never thought about it, but only, okay, fuzzy. Okay, we're talking fuzzy videos. I see. Okay. All right. Yes, focus on the value. I just tell my family come on what they want to and don't on the rest. Kim, so frustrating when people don't respect boundaries. I'm with you. I mean, that's content. Truly, our behavior is content. Now, you might say, but doesn't that mean that's us? How we show up is content. They're interacting with how we're showing up. You're interacting with how I'm showing up right now. You're not interacting with every aspect of me, just how I'm showing up right now. Always remember that too. If you're not getting back what you want, they're just responding to what's happening in the moment. Robert, two people have been hurt. Thanks for the perspective. Help share with the right people. Yes. You know, how many times have we heard the scripture, don't cast pearls before swine? Pigs can't do anything with pearls. They don't even know what they are. They have no concept of their value. That's what that line means. So same thing. If we've got priceless content, and we all have priceless content, That's what we are. We're walking priceless content. Like, we house, each of us, priceless content. Think about that for a moment. Inside you is housed securely priceless content. Anybody get a brain boom on that one? Maybe you might be sitting up a little bit taller, maybe walking down the street with a little more swag, or swagger, I think is the word. Yeah. Priceless content coming through. What if you looked at it that way? If you're not sharing that priceless content with the people who deserve to receive it, you are going to get negativity back because they just don't get it. They just don't get it. Yeah, I'm not sure what the T is either, Anthony. I'd love to know. Brian's booming over there. Okay. Yeah, John, team effort's best. We all see. Barbara, good to see you. I'm not for everyone. Everyone's not for me, and that's okay. Yeah, but can we say it like this? It's not about the me. It's about the content. If we can say it's about our content is not for everyone, and everyone's not for our content, it takes all the personal out. It's just the content. Is this content for you or not? Put the content out there and leave yourself back here. They can't hurt you if you make it about the content. Anthony, many of us in the biz know there's another S, so I'm very careful how I spell your name. Anthony, I've not heard that for a long time. You and I have been friends for a long, long time. I realized if I'm for everyone that my messaging content's too broad. Yes. Okay, I'm pulling out. That's time for the pom-poms. Some of you have been around long enough to remember when I did my pom-poms are still here. Yes, Dee, that's it. If I'm for everyone, then my message and content is too broad and it will not be perfect for anyone. Yeah. Okay. John, empower each other and you'll empower yourself. Wonderful. Okay. Yes, good. That was a commercial, Stacey. Are you talking about with the hair, Dee? I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, Kim, the distraction's real. Okay. Bryce, Kim, this is very useful. I have more confidence to go out there, express, and help those I want to go without judgment. I want to help without judgment. Kim. Hey. Yay. Okay, they can't hurt you if you make it about the content. Dee just got a boom on that. That's it. Okay. Yeah, John, you do. You have so much content to offer for a small investment. It's not personal. It's about the content. And that, my friends, is the point. They don't care about us as human beings until they care about our content. And they will only care about our content if we're giving it to people who are likely to care about that content. And then once they care about the content, they'll start to care about us because we've become trustworthy. That's simple. And that's what I love about Digital Mentors, because everything Digital Mentors is about is helping us learn who our ideal audience is, what content they want to receive from us, in what format they want to receive it, and where to put the content so that they will find it and love it. With that, it is my joy to say I am Stacey Hall, Stacey Hall, and I co-created with Digital Mentors the Go for Yes program that is here for every member. It's part of your membership, and you can find it in the training library or in the members group under guides, where I'm also supporting you in conjunction with Digital Mentors to identify your ideal audience, exactly what they want you to say to them, and where to meet them so they want to say yes back to you. And with that, I am wishing you an abundance of sales, satisfaction, and success today, every week, every month, every year, and for all the years to come.